Alright guys, today we're in a 2008 Porsche 997 Carrera S. We're going to show you how to take out the radio. Radio removal actually starts back here by the cigarette lighter on the right side. If you look under here, you're going to feel it. There's a little hole behind the fur. There's a T25 Torx back there. So what you're going to do, you can do a screw gun to bring down noise. Also, you don't want to disrupt the carpet as much. So that's why I actually always use a hand tool on this one. All right, so just counterclockwise, it comes right out. All right, today we're gonna actually install an iPod adapter, and we're also gonna show you our radio kits, how they fit. All right, so when you take this out right here, there's a little plug right there. Just squeeze these two tabs and it comes right out. Now you're gonna swap out your T25 for a T20. All right, so you're gonna have two more screws back here. There's one right there. See if I can, there you go. It's a part of the action. All right, there goes one, and there should be a second one back here. Yep. Usually I'm not sitting on the passenger side, on the driver's side, doing it over. Obviously I'm doing this so you guys can see it. All right, and my hands are super bright because, you know, the settings so you guys can see it. All right, so what we did, we took off the two screws that belong here, and now this piece just pops right out. I'm going to switch the angle to show you. All right, guys, now that we show you how to take off the screws, we're gonna tell you how to pull off the panel. All right, so what we're gonna do is just gonna pull on the bottom. The bottom comes out real easy, all right? Now you're gonna have this wiggling thing down. Now, what a lot of people do is they pull on this and then pivot, but that's gonna bend over here. That's not a good idea. So what you can do is you open up the glove box. You're gonna grab one of your Enfig panel tools, or you can, you know, if you don't have any low plastic piece, and you're just gonna wedge it right there and push down. And when you push down, what it does is that instead of pushing up on this, it pushes down on this. And even if you bend this little piece right there, that's something you can't see, and this isn't gonna matter. So it pops right out, all right? So that piece just comes out like so. When you look at the other side, you will have two screws, 1, 2, and 3 clips, all right? We're gonna do the identical thing on the other side. Don't even know why I'm gonna show it to you, but we're gonna show it to you. All right, guys, now it's time to do the other side. Since I was so detailed on the first one, I'm not gonna be detailed on this one. Same thing, you got the furry hole, and you're just gonna put the T25 in there. Find the bolt, all right? And then you're just gonna counterclockwise turn it. Obviously, I would never be on this side doing this, but I'm doing it for the video. And also, it's okay to use a drill gun here. You know, these parts, as long as you got a clutch, don't use a drill gun. Use for masonry with no clutch, all right? So that comes right off. All it is a little, all it is, it clips on over here, and then that. So that little clip just clips on, all right? So we're gonna take off the T25, switch over to a T20. All right, I'm gonna do the top one first. At this point I should have used the drill, but. All right, there goes that. The bottom one too. Alright, that fell down, that's alright. Now we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna loosen up the bottom. And then the top, sort of the same thing. We're gonna stick the panel tool, well, let's use a little one. I'm gonna stick the little tool in there, and then use that to wedge out. This one's a little more complicated, because you don't have that much room. Alright, you know what, let's use the big one. So this is the wide one. See if that works better. Ah, there you go. Alright, and that just comes right out. Alright, yeah, because the wide one, since it's wider, it doesn't leave as much of a edge, so that way it won't cause the thing to, you know, it's pretty tough material, but still want to be as safe as possible, right? So now that we got that, we're going to show you how to get this out. Alright, so next step, taking out this radio is really easy. It's not the exact size, but it definitely works. This is a 7mm open end wrench or whatever.
Yeah, it's over the wrench. Alright, so you're just going to counterclockwise that thing the whole way out. There's probably an exact size that you need to. But so I'm going to just sit here and do this. I'm not going to make you suffer and watch it. So I'm going to take this out and then I'll come back and I'll show you the rest of the install, okay? Alright guys, I figured I would show you how far I took out the wrench. I mean the screw. I'm going to give it a little light over here. Alright, so I pretty much took it out to about where it touches. What I would do is at the bottom lip of this, make sure it clears that black lip and you'll be fine. Because that right there is exactly where it's at. So I would take it out a little bit more than that. You guys can see the reflection. Alright, but yeah, that's a screw on the side. Alright guys, now that we got that side screw out, we're going to show you how to take out the rest of the radio. Because if you pull on the radio now, it's not going to come out. Alright, if you look back here, these little black knobs. So what it's going to do is you're going to grab a 5mm Allen key. You're going to put it in there. Turn counterclockwise. Put it in here. Turn counterclockwise. Now on the other end, you're gonna have to do the same thing. You're gonna turn counterclockwise, and you're gonna have to stick it in like this. All right, but the way that works is that you pull this out. I already did the other side, you know, save for the video. So all it is this little thing right here. See, when you turn it counterclockwise, when you go clockwise, it locks that, and when counterclockwise, it retracts it. Okay. So that's once you do that, the whole radio comes right out. You got your 2 FM antennas, your fiber optic, your speakers, your power and your ground, and that's pretty much it. All right, that's how you take out the radio. Now, depending on what you're watching, one of these is going to be a radio installation video, the other one's going to be a iPod installation video. All right, this video is brought to you by nfitcarstereo.com. Oh, and some of you are just, this may be a radio removal video. Video is brought to you by nfitcarstereo.com. We sell and install. We also ship worldwide. So if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Thank you for watching. Alright guys, next step is to show you how to tap in power. We're going to use the wires from the cigarette lighter or power outlet back here. Reason we're using those is because they are their own circuit. You could also tap in behind the radio, but this is so close right here, it separates the two. So, you know, it's just a better option. The only thing you got to keep mind of is if you plug in here and someone hooks up a cigarette lighter and takes it, and it blows the fuse, it's going to blow your entire audio system. It's not going to blow the system. What happens is that the Dension will no longer get power. So if the Dension doesn't get power, the radio won't turn on. All right. So let me go get the posi tabs and we'll show you how it works. All right. So actually, I had the posi tab in my hand, but I had to take a phone call. Anyway, so here's what it is. Posi tabs. You grab the wire. Use the red one. We sell them. It's a little snug. But what it is that this, you see how this has a needle? This will pierce the middle of the wire. Also, when you pierce it, make sure you stretch it a little, flex it, so it goes nice. All right, that goes there. And then now what we're gonna do is the red and the black. Red with black stripe is power, and the brown is the ground. Now, check that with a meter, verify it. Obviously, you guys are smart enough where you don't just trust some complete stranger on YouTube, do you? All right, so I'm gonna strip just a little bit like that. Okay, and now this end over here, I'm just gonna unscrew. Put the wire in opposite the threads. All right, so it's gonna be like that. And then when you push this into here, this actually makes contact with the metal pin, and that's how you make a power connection. Obviously, if you guys are good with wires, you don't need this. This is not what we usually do in installs. Give it a good tug, make sure it's thing. Like I said, this isn't what we usually do in installs. This is just something, so I'm showing you guys. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. The only thing is that these things cost like $1.50, and I just threw away $3 for you guys. Somebody owes me a coffee. All right, so the brown one's the ground. We're gonna be like that. We're gonna tap it in just like we did the other one, and unscrew it. Doing the second one a little quicker. There's no need to. You know, I already showed you once how to do it, just like we did the panel removal. Oh, all right. So in through the non-threaded side, and then this goes right here. All right, tap it in here. I'm not sure if I said it yet, but there's nothing wrong with tapping in here. But if you, let's say someone uses a cigarette lighter, and then you blow the fuse, it's gonna disconnect the Dension. It's gonna turn off the Dension, which in turn is gonna disconnect your fiber optic loop, so the radio won't turn on until you replace the fuse. It's not a big deal, but just something to keep in mind, because you know, if you blow this fuse, it's just, you're gonna replace it before your radio turns on again. Nothing's gonna break. It's just gonna disconnect the fiber optic loop, so nothing's gonna turn on. All right. Now we hooked up, that we'll show you how to. We'll go on to the next step. All right, guys. Now we're back in the car. I'm gonna show you how to wire up the fiber optic. This fiber optic's a little different. I mean, what I mean is that this car doesn't have Bose, doesn't have Bluetooth, so you don't really have to rewire this. But I'm gonna show this. You should always do it this way, just in case you want to add navigation. Oh, navigation's the other part I forgot. If you don't have navigation, you don't have to worry about it. But so right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to wire it. If you don't have anything Bluetooth, navigation, or Bluetooth, navigation, or CD changer, or Bose, you don't have to worry about it. So what you're going to do is, some of the new units have this outside like this. The older units actually have an old connection. So the old units, you have to cover it, uncover it. This is a new unit, so what we're going to do is we're going to push the blue thing through here. Okay, push that in, and then it's going to fall out the other side. All right. Then we're going to grab the cable that's going into. If you look down here, there's an arrow. I'm just going to zoom in. That's fine. There's an arrow going out on the side of the locking tab. So the side of the locking tab, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and with this, okay? Now, what you're gonna do is, now the side over here with the locking tab on this side, you're gonna follow this cable the whole way out, okay? And now you're gonna put this into here, okay? So this is the loose cable that comes with the unit. All right, so this is gonna be, the side of the locking tab is now gonna go into the side you just removed. Got it? Squeeze this together, it locks. Now the other side, opposite the locking tab, you can see has an arrow going outward. This is gonna go this way, back into the radio. Okay, so that goes in there. Got it? Now, next thing you're gonna do, put the blue thing back in. Okay, this goes in right here. All right. You gotta get it past the power connector over here on the side. So pretty much all you're gonna do is, all it is that the locking tab for the power connector gets in the way of the fiber optic. So it's really easy, it's kind of stupid. All right, it just went by like that. And now this gets run down here. Can you see that? You might be able to see it. All right, so this is gonna run down here to the Dension connector, okay? So that takes care of all the wiring behind the radio. So at this point, you can actually just grab this. Be very careful not to pinch the fiber optic, and be very careful with the edge of the ledge over here, okay? And the other one. All right, as you pull back on the fiber. All right, and then that's it. Radio can go back in, lock those two, lock those two. Actually, you know what, to be honest with you, lock these up before you push in, and when you push in, it's a lot easier, okay? So I'm gonna plug everything and make sure everything works, and then we'll come back with the rest of the install. All right, guys, we're back. Now we're gonna show you how to drop the glove box. It's actually pretty easy. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your panel tool and just pop this out at the end. All right, be very careful, just pry, because you are prying against this piece and this is the leather. All right, put that off to the side. Next thing you're gonna do is pull on this. Now this comes straight out this way, so what you can do is, as you pull on the bottom, pull on the side, okay, and make sure it all comes up. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 clips. Okay, now next step, believe it or not, is you got to take this, your cup holders out. Cup holders are pretty easy. There is a 4mm Allen key. It's about right here. I'm not going to tilt the camera to show you, because if you can't find it, you should be working on the car. Nope, maybe I shouldn't be working on this car, because I'm looking right at it. All right, so that goes that way. This is one of those annoying ones. It's going to take forever to unscrew. It's really easy to do. If you guys have one of those wall ones, it'll probably be easier. Speaking of wall ones, let's see if I got one. I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, I have one of these. Why am I suffering? Sorry guys, even though you guys at home may not have, this is a special tool. It's got like a ball on the end.
so you can swivel it. It's more used for, I had to buy this at the change in oil pan. So pretty much that one's a little easier because now you can jam it in here. And you can do it at an angle. It's pretty cool. Right, now we got the other side to do. Really easy. And then this whole thing should just slide right out. If it doesn't slide right out, just wait for the screws. Alright, see, all it is those two screws hold that in, 1 and 2. Alright, so be careful where you put this because it's a nice finish. Last thing you want to do is scratch it, so put it down somewhere safe. Alright, now at this point you take off a gazillion screws and the thing comes out. Let me look at these screws, see if I can figure out how many. It's been a while since I've dropped the glove box. It's probably been like a month. So let me visually look and see if I can get some sort of order so we don't have to take off any unnecessary screws. Alright guys, so now we're going to try to figure out how many screws it takes to take out a Porsche glove box. Alright, in this case what I recommend you do, there's that little sill by the door that can hold things. Put these screws in there because they're completely different from anything else. Alright, I'm not going to do close-ups on this one because it's getting late. Alright, so they're all going to be T20 Torx, not T25. Alright, so I think I just, yep, my T20. Alright, so we're going to start over here. Over here, we got these two got to come out. So we got one right here. Alright, and then we got the one up here. Alright, so those are the side ones. You don't need a right angle bit like I just used, it just makes my life a whole lot easier. Alright, so now, as far as down here, oh actually you know what, before we do all this, if you look down here, there's this little coating, this little flexible coating. Alright, this on the front has 4 big screws. Alright, they're big plastic screws. So what you're going to do is going to go over here. Well, and then you're just going to, well, let me get down there. See, it's really easy. All you do is unscrew them. Now you can also pop them out. These little things. You can just pop them out if you really wanted to. What it is, those attach to the bottom of the glove box. You want to get those out first. There's 3 of them across the bottom. Alright, so that separates that from that. There you go. Alright, while you're down here, there's one screw right there you're going to want to get out. Okay, so there's one on the left, holds the left in. Alright. Like I said, put that in the little side holder. Alright, so we're going to leave, what do you got here? We got this one up here. Okay. And then we got, there's one right here. Let me make sure yeah, I'm on it. No, let me drop the glove box to get more light, and there it is. So that one came, that one's still hanging on. Sorry guys, I just need a little more light to see it, but it's not worth stopping the whole video. Because it's one of those screws that even if it drops, it's not going nowhere. Alright, so that was that one. And then we got one right here, directly above the screw. You know, the silver screw we took out a long time ago? Alright, so that fell down there. I'm gonna put it over here, and then that should be, yep. Once you get that, you got 2 up top. Now I saved the 2 to the top for last because they hold the glove box in. All right, so at this point, keep a finger under the glove box so it doesn't come out at you, and I think we should be set to pull it out. Let's see if I remember correctly. Okay. Yep, that's it. Now when you get over here, oh, forgot about that one. All right, see this little metal clip right here? Take that off when you start. And remember to clip it back in when you're done. Okay? So you're gonna put that off, and then the connection for the, all right, you're gonna disconnect this light right here. Okay, that's done. And then when you get over here, there's another little connection which I can't show you. Okay, but that's it. All right, so when you get over here, you see this connection? Ooh. This connection right here? That's that. So that's it. Now we got the glove box in our hands. Let me figure out where we're gonna drill this, and we'll come back. All right, in order to do this right, okay, you know the CD box you have in the glove box? Let me see if I can zoom back on this. There you go. This may not be in focus, but I'm okay with that. All right, so what we're gonna do is there's 2 T20 Torx in here, 1 on each side. Mark with a pencil right here, okay? So you see how this is right here? Mark with a pencil where this covers. That way you know where you should drill. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little drill right here. A little drill, what am I trying to say? We're gonna put 2 screws right here, right along the edge. And we're gonna open up a hole over here to bring the wire up, all right? But you also wanna mark where this is so you don't push up on it, all right? Real back. I don't know if this is gonna make the video, but might as well film it. All right, so I'm gonna use the T20 back here. All right, it's a silver color screw. So I'm gonna put it in the little cubby hole right by the door with the rest of the glove box screws, because you know you get those 2 confused. All right, here goes the other little silver one. All right, and then once you do that, this little piece just pops right out from the back. All right, and now you got room to work back here. All right, let me, I'm not gonna show you the drilling because it's 2 screws, but I'll show you the finished product. Yeah. All right, so now we're back. I'm not gonna show you, I didn't show you the whole thing because this is something pretty basic. Let me just see if I can get you some sort of focus. All right, so pretty much all I did was I took the thing that was in here, I put it on here, I marked my holes, I made the holes on the thing bigger, and I put 2 screws here with 2 nuts on the bottom. I'm actually working on getting proper bolts and nuts for this so you don't have to make them bigger. But for now, that's what we did. And then I just cut a little hole back there that, you know, if you sell the car, no one's ever really gonna see this. And to be honest with you, when you sell the car, you're probably gonna sell it. And when you look inside, how long did it take you to see it? Where is it? Ah, there it is. Nice and neat, out of the way. Oh, let me move it a little bit. See, when you close the glove box, you can barely see it, so it's out of the way. I mean, you could always just leave it dangling, but I see no point in that. All right, and then now when you come over here, I'm gonna put this back in here. Oops, the other one. All right, you see? Out of the way, no problems. All right, let me, I don't know where we're going after this, but I'll be back. All right, guys, so now we're at the point where we're gonna install the box. This box has dip switches. All right, so the dip switch settings for Porsche are 3 and 4 down, the rest up. All right, now, if you're doing a Bluetooth and a non-Bluetooth, it's the same. The only thing is that this car is getting the Bluetooth one. So Bluetooth one, we want 6 up. If you don't have Bluetooth, I think it's 6 down, follow the instructions. Or if your car has factory Bluetooth and you just got the Bluetooth one, you're gonna leave the 6 down. Check the website, check the instructions. But if you're doing this right now, so it's 1 and 2 up, 3 and 4 down. 5 is up, and then to turn on the Bluetooth, 6 up. To turn off the Bluetooth, 6 down. All right, let me refocus this. All right, so now we're here. This is the fiber optic cable we ran from the back. So what I did was I ran through the back to this big center triangle here. I'm gonna plug this in right here. All right, now the cable I did in the glove box. All right, we're gonna make sure we're gonna run this over here, over this bar, okay? So it's gonna go over and then under, and then we're gonna go right there. All right, so this one's gonna be USB over here, and then the cable next to it over here. Okay. Now, in this car we ran a microphone. We're gonna do 2 videos in this car, one with Bluetooth, one without Bluetooth. So no matter what video you see, one's gonna say the GW53MO1, which is non-Bluetooth, and one video is gonna say GW53MO2. Yes, it doesn't really matter. You guys get the point, you'll know which one you want, all right? Microphone goes right here, all right? And then the iPod cable goes right here, which I have to go get. And then the power cable is over here on the other side, so that goes in right there. All right, at this point, you got the power cable and everything. Just turn on the radio, make sure everything works, because last thing you want to do is, you know, install everything and then put everything back together and realize something doesn't work. And let me figure out how I'm going to tuck this back here, and we'll come back and we'll show you, all right? All right, so now I'm going to show you how to tuck this baby. All right, so what you're going to do is, I'm not going to do this now because I still got a little cleaning up to do here. But I'm just going to grab these wires, tuck them back here. First, I'm going to tape this off so when I push it in, none of the switches get switched in. And then I'm going to tuck this here, tape it around, including the microphone. Whether or not you have a microphone depends on whether or not you're doing a Bluetooth unit, all right? So we're going to swing that in there, and then directly behind where the screw goes in, there's plenty of room to go in there, all right? And then you just tuck that right there. Make sure all these wires run neatly through there, and then everything goes in nice, all right? So I always put this here because guess what? If you got any issues, you take this little piece out and this pops right out. You don't have to pull out the whole radio. Yes, I know, oh, let's put it behind the radio because it's cleaner. Why is it cleaner? You're right here. If you come to my shop, do you want to wait an hour and a half? Do you want to wait 10 minutes? All right, so I always tuck them back here, nice and free. You don't have to pull it out. And then just neaten everything up, put everything back together, and that's it. And let me put the car back together, and we'll come back and show you with a demo.